Let's Roll, Indy Cars by Wendy Hinault Lanier. Chapter 1. The Indianapolis 500. It's race day at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Indianapolis 500 is about to start. 33 engines roar to life. The noise they make seems to shake the ground. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is one of the most famous racetracks in the United States. In the stands, nearly 400,000 spectators cheer wildly. For a moment, the crowd is louder than the engines. The person who starts the race waves a green flag. The 500-mile, 805-kilometer race is underway. The cars head into the first turn on the oval-shaped track. 40 seconds later, they have completed the first of 200 laps. The Brickyard. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is often called the Brickyard. That's because the track was originally covered in bricks. Little by little, the bricks were covered with asphalt. By 1961, the entire track was asphalt except for a 36-inch, 91-centimeter strip. Indianapolis Motor Speedway's famous strip of bricks marks the finish line. For the next 3 hours, drivers compete for the lead. Race officials keep a close watch on the position and time of each car. At last, drivers see the checkered flag. Fans roar their approval as the winner crosses the finish line. Fun fact: winners of the Indy 500 are given a bottle of milk to celebrate their win. Drivers can have average speeds of greater than 180 miles per hour, 290 kilometers per hour. Chapter 2. IndyCar History. In the early 1900s, the car business was brand new. As new models were built, car makers started looking for ways to test them. They built a test track near the city of Indianapolis, Indiana. In the first Indianapolis 500, mechanics rode with the drivers. They began hosting short races on the track. In 1911, the car makers held a long race to attract more publicity. They wanted people to see their newest car models. They decided the race would be 500 miles, 805 kilometers long. The Indianapolis 500 was born. Fun fact: approximately 90,000 people paid $1 each to see the first Indianapolis 500 in 1911. George Souders won the 1927 Indianapolis 500. By the mid-1920s, the Indianapolis 500 had become a high-paying race for professional drivers. The race cars had no tops and only one seat. Racing mechanics tinkered with the engines to make them go faster. The cars became known as Indy cars because they were designed and built especially for the Indianapolis 500. Today, there is a whole series of IndyCar races. A confusing beginning. The first Indy 500 was a confusing mess. There were no electronic sensors to help keep track of the cars. As the leaders began to lap the slower cars, it was difficult to tell who was winning. Finally, after 6 hours and 42 minutes of racing, Ray Harone was declared the winner. Today's Indy cars have top speeds of approximately 230 miles per hour, 370 kilometers per hour. Chapter 3. What is an Indy car? Indy cars are built for racing. They are similar to Formula One cars, but Indy cars run on oval tracks. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the most famous of the oval tracks. During a pit stop, one crew member refuels the car while others change the tires. Indy cars are built according to IndyCar rules. The engine can weigh no less than 248 pounds, 112 kilograms. The entire car must weigh at least 1,570 pounds, 712 kilograms. Racing teams try to keep their cars as close to the minimum weight as possible. Who makes the rules? Over the years, several organizations have overseen IndyCar races. Today, Indy cars are built and raced according to rules set by IndyCar. Winners of each race are awarded points. The season's top point scorer is declared the series champion and receives a $1 million bonus. An Indy car's engine is in the back of the car, behind the driver's seat. Although lightweight, Indy cars have powerful engines. The engines are tuned to produce between 500 and 700 horsepower. Indy cars are open-wheeled, single-seat cars. They have front and rear airfoils, usually called wings. The wings create downforce that keeps the car on the track. Fun fact: pit crews start Indy cars with an external motor. If the engine stalls during the race, the driver has no way to restart it. Chapter 4. Indy Cars of Today. Today's Indy cars are built on a Dallara chassis. They are powered by either Honda or Chevrolet V6 turbocharged engines. Wings and bodywork added to the chassis are called aero kits. All Indy cars use the same chassis. The aero kits give the car their aerodynamics. They also direct air over the oil cooler and the radiator to help cool the engine. Fuel cells are used to prevent spillage and fires in case of a crash. A fuel cell is made of rubber. It is coated with a strong protective covering and filled with foam. This keeps fuel from gushing out if the cell is broken in a crash. Fun fact: Indy cars race on smooth tires called racing slicks. These tires grip the asphalt surface of the track. An Indy car's aerodynamic shape helps it move more quickly. How it works. The Dallara chassis. All Indy cars use the Dallara chassis. It is built of carbon fiber with an aluminum honeycomb core. The engine is part of the chassis and holds the car together. The gearbox and rear suspension bolt to the back of the engine. The driver compartment, fuel cell, and front suspension bolt to the front. Side pods are also included in the chassis. They are the bodywork on the side of the car. Dallara has been making the chassis for Indy cars since 1997.